Hello, it's Sannié with Team Moist. Today we have Ozewse and Ariellen. Ozewse will be playing Severe, and Ariellen will be playing Ashe. I will be playing Nunu. And we have two other pugs, Annie and Janna, that we'll see how they do. And our rules, if people have skins, they normally suck. Let's see how it goes.
See how I have a skin? That's because I suck.
See? It's correct. I have a Viger skin, therefore I suck.
Our team composition is
See, Severe is what actually ruined the game for me because I fell in love with her moveset so much that her crappy damage, like, I just ignored that and tried to get around it, like, every way possible.
our damage didn't used to suck, they just nerfed her into oblivion.
Exactly. And so I kind of stuck with her, and now I'm only even remotely good at her. And I'm not even that good. Like I said, I suck at the game.
Hold on. Did this Annie start off with that fire breath?
Yeah.
It lets her farm up her stun.
Okay, I understand that, but I'm used to playing Annie where you start off with Incinerate and
You
you
should start off with Incinerate because that's your farming. She's just trying to build her stuns and can get early game damage.
I mean, Disintegrate. Disintegrate is the AoE.
Because chances are, we're not really doing an early game gank. This isn't really ranked, so we're not going to be doing that. And whoever she's probably either going to be going against Teemo or Corki in middle, neither of them are going to let her get close enough to use that. So,
yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. If this Annie is good, I'll give kudos to her. If not, I'm shunning her. Or him. I will shun them. I can hear it. Oh, Pantheon. You have Pantheon and Poppy down there. That might be a little hard, actually. Because I remember.
If I can get my stun off right, Poppy shouldn't be too much of an issue, because chances are she's going to try to aim for me.
Well, I remember when me and Brandon played Pantheon and Poppy, we basically dominated down there.
Wow, that Poppy's pro.
Did they just pop Flash?
He just flashed and basically attacked me.
She even said fail. Oh, that's so great. I hope she was talking about herself.
Where are the minions? I need to try Jungle Nunu again. I kind of like Jungle Nunu. When I'm not tanking as him, I will.
I almost killed Poppy. She was trying to hide in the bush, and I was like, no. Hey, I'm gonna do it again, Poppy. Ready? Oh, darn it, I have no mana. Damn it. I could have killed her. I really could have.
By the way, the people who are watching, I am very aggressive with Nunu.
He sucks something.
No, I'm decent with Nunu.
He's actually pretty good with Nunu. I mean, he's probably about as good with Nunu as I am with aiming a severe skill shot, which means good sometimes.
No, I'm about as good as Nunu as you are with Sona before the nerf.
Yeah. I like Sona before or after the nerf, because now you're kind of forced to play her as a DPS, which is not technically, because she does a lot of damage, and her new heal is really good in team fights, because whoever's taking the most damage it just really helps out.
I bought her after the thing, so I kind of wanted to see how she was, but I never got a chance to because I'm retarded and just didn't want to buy her. I bought freaking other people, such as I don't think I ever got enough for 3,000. I always wasted all my money like right away. Wow.
Well,
I am very bad with money on this game.
I have too many room. Well, I have 2 full room pages. I never really worked up an 80 room page because I only play a few 80 champions, and you know the ones that I do play. Usually, I'll play like Talon or something, which is kind of range or melee. So you know my tank ones kind of help out there.
Yeah.
So, my newest modification to Severe's build is adding in Winsu.
We can't hear you. Or I can't hear you at least. Maybe they can.
No, he's pretty hard to hear.
My newest addition to Severe's build is adding a Gwynsu's early, because what I found out is she scales 7.5 AP, and even though it's only on Boomerang Blade is her only damage dealing ability besides the slight AoE change of Ricochet. So, building AP really isn't that bad for her, especially if you get a Lich Bane or a Sheen. Sheen, Lich Bane, you know, whatever. What's the next? In a practice match, Ariellen and I played. I did a full AP build and turned her Boomerang Blade into a 1,100 damage nuke, but the build costs like a bajillion gold. Like, it took us forever to find out.
Yes, because that's a real number, bajillion.
It is in Yugoslavia or something, I don't know. Not a real country, but in my world it is.
Yeah.
Cameron, you don't have a world. Your bowl cut just doesn't count as a world. I'm sorry, but it doesn't.
Yes, it does. It is a world. It's a world. It's like
Cameron's world.
World of Warcraft has
Porky's bottom.
Oh yeah, they called MIA. Just I wasn't paying attention. No.
I just need to get to 6 right now. That's what needs to happen.
Well, we'll get there eventually.
Run back. Can Janet put her little shield thing on other people or just on her?
No, she can put it on other people, and she can put it on the turret, actually.
And again, I've only played with like Janet twice. Well, no, not true, because I play with you when you play supports.
Yeah, I play mostly supports, actually.
No, because you play your Twisted Fate. Oh god, Poppy's up here.
Well,
How did that happen?
Yeah, you
the only actual, it's funny because Talon is the only AD, it's a melee that I play. Besides that, I pretty much stick to either ranged, like Kate, TF. I don't usually play Ashe that much. Shocker.
I like playing AD. I started falling in love with them, but
I'll be right back.
But I'm normally an AP fan. I play like Annie and Nunu mostly. I like playing Soraka. Soraka's actually the first support I fell in love with. Yes, I said love, because I love my characters!
Zach, yeah, very.
Back before they nerfed healing, I was actually a very committed healer. I really loved just playing a good support role, which is why I don't really do good with aggressive characters. I mean, hit and run like doesn't exist for me simply because I mean I played pure support persona. Like I would get.
Well, what I want is another support champion after Riven, after Riven and after Dominion comes out. I want to support because there's been like 6 tanky DPS in a row. There haven't been any casters in forever. They've already released a tank recently, Leona.
When is Riven gonna be? Sorry for interrupting, but I really.
It's gonna be like I'm pretty sure she's gonna be a melee, but I'm pretty sure she's gonna have some. Oh crap!
Why don't you have the arrow? Why can't you be 6?
Because I'm not 6 yet.
And I almost got Pantheon too. Oh.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure Riven's probably gonna be like a hybrid type character because it says what her ult is she puts back together her blade and it makes her able to use like wind strike flashes or whatever. I don't remember the whole thing. So I'm fairly confident she's gonna be like either an AP melee or she's going to be a hybrid character.
You know, I like that. I kind of like how Nunu is. He's an AP melee.
Well, he's still kind of a caster.
He is a hybrid. He does.
I would say more of an example of that would be someone like Poppy or Skarner. Skarner goes hybrid.
I haven't played with a Skarner yet.
Well, I've played from Skarner. Skarner's actually really obnoxious and really bad at the same time. Or really good, really obnoxious and really bad at the same time. Because if you've got a really good range team that knows how to keep them away, like, he just gets denied entirely.
Oh god, oh god.
He charges into the turret, and then I arrow him. That was just great.
It was. I have to go back again now because I don't have enough life savings to get my health back.
Thanks for that. Okay, are they mostly AD? Okay, I'm going to get another Frozen Heart, I guess.
Another? What are you talking about?
Because I've been getting Frozen Heart recently, so I'm just saying,
Well,
like...
this Thornmail's piece trash. Yeah!
No, it's pretty good if you add it with the Frozen Heart.
Well, there's only... No, you never double stack armor items if you're gonna get...
I did it last time, and I was doing decent.
But the problem about it is, you only really want to get a Thornmail on people that have a taunt, because the whole thing about being tank is to make them attack you.
Yeah.
And, well, it's not even really that as much as the point of Thornmail is to deal damage back, but it reduces the damage you take by a lot. So 30% back would be
after. Do you know if it's before or after that it applies the damage?
I don't, but I'm pretty sure it applies it after armor and stuff is added through, or really be kind of pointless item. My arrow's up, by the way. I kind of want to go for Corki, but I'm afraid Pantheon might interfere.
Well, let's just take out Pantheon. Wait till he gets ballsy. Which he will, so I can tell because he's not doing it. Waiting for something.
Ready? We can take out Pantheon. Well, no.
I don't want to get that close to the turret.
I'm just trying to harass him down a little bit.
Oh god, I'm dead.
Kill him to death! Kill him to death!
Damn it.
Yes!
Dang.
Right.
Anybody need a gank, maybe? That would be awesome.
We just ganked
Why is this Janna being so aggressive?
because people think that Janna is Sona, and she's not. Janna is like the only support left in the game that you can pair with an AD carry and just stack GP5 items and, you know, just kind of sit back and relax. Because she wasn't changed in the last patch, and she now actually has the best like map heal in the game.
I'm not used to seeing her have a zeal.
Second.
Is she normally get a zeal? Does anybody know?
Right.
Who?
Janna.
She has a zeal?
Yeah.
She should just have Zephyr, and that'll give her the movement speed she needs.